Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the finals of the tournament that's been going on all day. The free LoL uncapped tournament here at Victoris GG. I will be your play-by-play caster today, Becky Rita. Joining me today is Cam. Cam, how you holding up? You've been doing broadcasting all day, so I'm sure you're having just a whole humdinger of a situation going on.
Yes, this is a very exciting, very long day for those of you who don't know. I had an unrelated cast this morning, and then I played in this tournament for the first game. My
true.
team. My team was Winter Lotus. Yes, we
Yes.
played against nameless randoms for our very first team. In case you weren't aware, that is a top 16 Proving Grounds team, and my team is not a top 16 Proving Grounds team.
What? Oh, I find that
I
whoa.
know. I hate to break it to you guys, but I am unfortunately not a top challenger player.
I was quite frankly, I'm surprised.
So, one of our teams here in the finals did just defeat the Nameless Randoms in the semifinals. That is, of course, our beautiful Snow.
Yes, the Snow Tigers.
Yes, the Snow Tigers. They beat them
on the
last round.
And on the other side of the bracket, we had Third Party taking the win over Win for Ukraine, who made it to semifinals as well, going through some actually rather tough competition on their way to the top. But Third Party as well at a pretty tough bracket. While their first round wasn't too bad, they did have, and I think Wildcard Dev B was not like a super great team, but God Squad was very like evenly matched. Same with Win for Ukraine, but they still managed to get some pretty decisive victories over their opponents. So Third Party is absolutely a strong contender go in this tournament for the duration of the tournament. They've been a strong contender. Snow Tigers as well has had a pretty. They did get a bye in round one. However, they have showcased why they are in the finals right now, because the McDonald's military, who they beat in the quarterfinals, was a rather formidable roster, and they were able to take them out in a pretty strong fashion. And like you said, the Nameless Randoms, you actually cast that match. Any takeaways from that about the Snow Tigers?
Yeah, the Snow Tigers is kind of so the Snow Tigers going against actually their sister team, Nameless Randoms. That was the semifinals match, and it was very much Randoms favored coming out of the draft, and then every single tiny advantage that Snow Thieves was able to find, they just capitalized on it so hard. So it looked like a dominant win from Snow Tigers, but honestly, every single play was so close to turning out for Nameless Thieves that it was just it was so close every single time. And at the final kill score, it was like 2-20 or something like that, and it just didn't feel like a 2-20 type of game, you know?
Oh yeah, no, I did catch a bit of that match, and it was like a lot of razor thin margins that the Snow Tigers just ended up getting the advantage on. And same with Third Party versus Win for Ukraine was another set of razor thin margins that Third Party ended up just getting the advantage on, and they were able to snowball from there. So really I feel like two fairly evenly matched teams going into this finals. And we have had a look at their draft. The draft was already completed while we were solving some production issues. We do have a peek at that, so we can talk about it a little bit here. On the blue side, we will have
Snow Thieves.
The Snow Tigers.
Snow Tigers, yes.
Snow Thieves is also a cool name. But we have
Thieves is another nameless team that I always forget.
Yeah, the Snow Tigers, who are bringing Graves in the top lane, Xinjiao in the jungle, Silas in mid, Aphelios on AD carry, and Thresh on support. A classic bot lane duo there. And on the side of Third Party, we have Jace in the top lane, North American Jace in the top lane, Nocturne in the jungle, LeBlanc in the mid lane, and then Ashe Karma in the bot lane. Ashe is not a champion we see very often here, and it's not a champion you see super often in competitive play, despite the fact that nothing's really changed about her. She's still the same champion she has been for a long time, but it is a bit more of an unorthodox pick than we usually see. So very interesting. What is your take on the draft here?
So the bans were only one AD carry was banned in the first ban phase, that being the Caitlyn from Red Side. So Jinx and Zeri and Aphelios obviously were all left up. It was a B3 Aphelios from Snow Tigers, and then it was an R3 counter pick for Ashe. That is the order for these AD carries. So Lunar, the AD carry here for third place, does believe that Ashe is a counter pick to Aphelios. Now, it is not a matchup like you're saying that I have seen picked very often here quite yet. I would love to see a very high range AD carry played into an Aphelios. I do agree that it might very much be a counter pick. And
yeah, absolutely. And it seems, we have loaded into game. We were actually going through the spectator delay while we were, talking about, pain today. So we are actually ready to load into game. Unless you have any final thoughts, Cam, we can just hop into this.
Yeah, I'm just ready for a countdown.
Production, yeah, we're going to be waiting for a countdown from production, and we will jump into the game when we got it. So I will, fill some air while we wait. Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're good. Let's go to game. Beautiful.
16, 17. It didn't unpause
19,
for me.
20.
Okay, yeah,
21,
we're synced. Excellent.
All right, cool.
Scuffed stream. Fantastic. Welcome to game 1 of this best of 3 series. Didn't even talk about the format. The rest of the tournament has been best of 1s, but this is going to be a best of 3. And the prize is actually going to be there's a $400 prize pool here.
Yes.
The first place, the winner of the series, will win $300 for their team. And the runner-up will win $100 split among the players and organization, or however they feel like splitting it up. So actually a pretty large prize pool for this size of a league. Very, very exciting stuff. And very exciting for these teams to get this opportunity. And unlike a lot of the streams I usually get to broadcast for here at Victoris, this is actually challengers versus challengers right here. This is legitimately good players coming into this match. So
as opposed to legitimately awful players, of course.
Yeah, no, of course, but I don't want to. Come on, I don't want to say that about the homies in VAD. VAD, VRD. All those are all the homies. They're just not challenger. They could be though.
I think coming into this finals match, best of 3 here, I'm pretty sure both of these teams, I know 100% at the very least, Snow Tigers have beaten a Proving Grounds team coming into this finals match here. Neither of these teams have played in the Proving Grounds, but they both beat teams that have. So if that at the very least gives you some sort of indication on what type of level we're playing at, it almost is like an academy type game that we're casting here.
Yeah, this is real League of Legends, and that is going to be very exciting. That's also why you see Aphelios, because Aphelios is quite a difficult champion for inexperienced players. We have a trade in the mid lane. Messages actually getting quite a lot of damage on to Lakachu here. The damage there is rather significant. Silas just taking punishment from the LeBlanc in the early game here.
It is interesting to note that Heechon did start Longsword plus Triple Pot down there in the bot lane, so he is kind of recognizing Fies actually as well. He took the Red Pot plus the Biscuits, so they know that they're playing into a really heavy poke lane. Of course, Karma Ashe, like very strong poke, very high range between the two of them as well. So you're not really playing to kill either one of them. You're playing to survive and then maybe level 6. They have a very strong level 6 between the two of them.
Huge trade top lane. Zamudo getting a ton of damage out there on the Jace. Not quite getting Conqueror proc, but doesn't necessarily need it. We have a potential gank opportunity. Xin Zhao's hovering bot side. However, they don't have any vision. Here comes the flash, here comes the hook, here comes the flay, here comes the dash. The wind become lightning does not land. The slow does. The ignite goes through. Tick, tick, boom. That's going to be first blood. And in the mid lane, we have another ignite going tick, tick, boom onto the Silas as Lakachu goes down 1-for-1. But first blood going over to LaFaze and the Snow Tigers.
Very well played by both messages and the bot lane for Snow Tigers, but it's not over here on the scuttle.
Oh no, we have another fight here. Another hook goes down, but the Jace is teleported in, and the Jace is ready to... Oh wait, Jace got a solo kill. I was casting somebody who wasn't even here. Lunar is now getting the slows down into Lakachu, who is trying to walk out of this one, but there's enough movement speed that it's not going to make a difference. Oh, the return! The chains into the King Slayer slays the Queen. The Queen messages, dropping them down and taking them out 1-for-1. Well, that was actually quite a lot more. There's a lot of bloodshed, all right. It's hard to keep track. There was even a 1v1 in the top lane that Jace ended up taking. Directed camera did not want to look up there, but just know that Graves did not have a good time. So a lot of stuff going on in the early game and a lot of action.
Zamudo playing a very lane-dominant Jace right here. It's the current two top lane top laners, right? It's Jace versus Graves. That is one of the matchups that we've been seeing so much played at this high level of play as well as pro play, right? And it's almost like akin to the Orianna Syndra lane matchup in mid lane, where it's very high skill. You have to understand every individual range. Of course, Jace, you have to understand melee versus ranged trading. Graves is just, you have to know how to auto cancel and everything else, little micro things like that, right? So Zamudo showing that he is a very high-level player up here on the Jace.
May have found an opportunity. Denathor's just walking into that one. The fear is going to go down, and there's going to be no hope to get out of that one. Denathor just very easily gets picked up, walking into that bush without vision, and just gets crunched by Munchie there. Very unfortunate for the Graves, taking another L. But we have Nocturne. He's in the jungle, but he may have been spotted out here by Xin Zhao. Does go over the wall. We're not watching that. We're watching the exciting Aphelios. I mean, these are some pretty... I do like Dark Void Thresh. That is a very good skin. You know, it's very, very purple. Always love purple.
Very beautiful skins. I want to point out
there's a 2-level difference in the mid lane. Can we talk about the 2-level difference?
Holy moly! To talk about this massive wave crashing under Kachu's tower right now. On top of messages having a completed lost chapter, he had that lost chapter before even the last scuttle fight, by the way. His one death was after getting that lost chapter messages.
Ooh, here we go, the James come down. The damage is coming in, and the follow-up from the passive is enough to finish off messages. And we have a gank at the top lane. Wind becomes lightning into the knock-up conversion, but the conversion will not go through as the flash is blown there. Flash in the top lane, coming out from Zamudo. Heechon's taking a little bit of damage, but gets out of that one, taking the lantern to safety. So yeah, successful kill in the mid lane. Lakachu, despite the level disadvantage, turning that one around and getting the slap down. And that's going to be very helpful to try and get this lane back in his favor, or in their favor. However, Munchie is currently taking the dragon.
Yeah, Munchie will secure that first dragon here for third party. Ran out of wit. He walks up just to make sure that nobody dies. He doesn't even get an assist on the dragon, but you know.
Yeah,
Munchie,
you know, that's what matters.
Munchie does have the level 6 up on Anyuo, though, so that is the jungler XP kind of starting to show a little bit. I do think Anyuo might just hit level 6 off of these Krugs, so that little tiny XP lead that he did have, he just used to solo the first dragon for his team.
Yeah, and that's always nice. Nocturne, very good at soloing objectives. A lot of healing. The collateral damage is burnt in the top lane just to clear that wave. Graves having a very rough go right now, just not holding it down against the Jace. And Jace is a very oppressive top laner. If you give him an inch, he will take more than a mile. He will take maybe like 300, 400 miles against you. This is a very strong champion, and with the lead he has, it's just so hard for Graves to make any moves here. He needs assistance to get out of the pin that he's in, but right now, Anui is not able to... I don't know how to.
I'm going with Anyo.
Anyo. Looking at the pronunciations over here, I'm doing my best. All right. It's all right. FaZe, getting some wards out, some vision. It looks like there's some posturing around.
We
have a flash play into a hook. The Nocturne ultimate's going down, so it means that there's something going up in the top lane. Hee-Chan picks up a kill onto Lunar. Anui is in danger, and Denathor is going to be next on the chopping block. As Zamudo is going to try and come near. Messages over the wall, goes the ignite, goes for the chains, go for the damage. That's going to be Denathor going down, so that dive ends up going in favor. Two for the side of third party, but Hee-Chan picks one up in return on the bot side.
Yeah, Lunar did fall down there in the 1v2 on the bot lane, but they counterplay up on the top side. You just gotta go for the cross-map plays for third party, right? And it absolutely turns out way better in their favor, as now you have a 30 CS lead for Zamudo over Denethor. That is absolutely huge, especially in this sort of matchup.
Arriving to this Herald. I don't know who picked it up. I'm not getting that pop-up yet. The ultimate is stolen from the LeBlanc. The damage is going to follow up as well. Shut down onto Munchie. Kachu looking to maybe convert onto messages. Hops over the wall. Goes for the flash. The dash from LeBlanc will get them to safety. Messages barely avoiding danger, but Zamudo maybe looking to try and get something done. Is he going to find danger? He has not found it. So, able to get out of that one. The Moonlight Vigil goes down, dealing a little bit of damage to Lunar and Wit, but they will just walk out of there. It was a zoning, it was a pressure ultimate. It was a threatening one. Very dangerous.
I want to call it wave clear ult, but it doesn't actually damage the wave,
no,
so...
it doesn't. it was purely for mental damage, I suppose. Oh, that's real damage, though. Lunar pumping out some real damage.
Real damage here in the mid lane as well. Kachu has the red buff, so he has a lot of healing and burn damage down onto messages.
Kachu's got so much damage, but the ulti is going to come out from Nocturne. Is going to go on to the LeBlanc, but instead we're going to watch Graves get 1v1'd by Zamudo here. He flashed into the queue. That's tragic. Now the tragedy spreads to the mid lane. Anui will not take that. Winds becomes lightning, and that is 2 kills. 2 more kills across the map. Going over to the side of third party. Zamudo just top canyoning here. Here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. The hook's going to come out in response. The Flay, the box goes down. Hee-Chan's going to be pumping out a lot of damage right now. He's going to have to look for one more auto attack to finish this one off. We're going to look at Wraiths for a second. Anui as well is going to try and collect this guy, this purple eye in the mid lane. That's awesome here. Lunar gets out. We didn't get to see Lunar escape, but they did blow their flash.
Zamudo putting his foot down in the top lane. Out of every fight that just happened, I think the top lane fight by far is the one to put the most focus on, as Zamudo, he's just been playing cracked out of his mind in this game all day, really, right? He's got at least 30, almost 40 CS lead over Denethor right now. 3-0-2. All of those kills are almost solo kills on top of that as well. So it's just a massive gold lead that he's got right now. The exact gold number is 2,500 gold that Zamudo has over Denethor on the top lane right now. He's almost got an entire tower worth of plating for it as well. Yeah, that's a spicy meatball, and Kachu is in a bit of danger right here. The chain will connect and go through. Chain's on the side of Kachu as well, is going to respond. The ulti is going to come out. More damage is going to come through. A little bit of healing, trying to finish that one out. The Kingslayer will finish the job. The Paranoia is going to finish the job in response as Munchie picks up Kachu, but Kachu picks up Wit. So 1 for 1 in the mid lane. 1 for 1 there in the mid lane, but not any objectives to take after it. You're looking at these tower platings that are still standing for the side of Snow Tigers, right? You got one.
There are not many.
One tower plate on the top lane, 1 tower plate in the mid lane, and you see the only tower plates that have been taken by Snow Tigers, right, is the ones in the bot lane. So we
have a dive. FaZe looking for an opportunity, Flay into hook, and that's going to be an easily secured kill by Hee-Chan on a killing spree. This Aphelios is currently the win condition for the side of Snow Tigers, and if you're going to get any win condition, Aphelios is a pretty good win condition to have.
Yeah, and that was going to be my very exact point, right? Is all of the gold right now for Snow Tigers is being funneled straight on Hee-Chan. He's the only member still sitting deathless, and Denethor, man, he is just having a rough time up here.
He's having a rough one right now. Going to try and collateral damage for the dash, but that dash is not nearly enough distance to get out of that one. Kachu is going to try and get something done here. Swipes the Paranoia, but not using it quite yet, saving it for the next fight. However, there's nothing really coming up anytime soon. The Dragon was just picked up recently. That's going to be 4 minutes away. And the next Herald is in a minute 45. So neither of those are going to be up in time for the Paranoia to be used there. So Sylas will have to look to use that elsewhere or just let it run out.
I think you can absolutely use it on bot lane. Just with the amount of pressure that they already have bot lane, might as well just continue it, right? And now Lunar and Ran Out of Wit don't even have a tower to hide under. You see how much vision that Snow Tigers has in that enemy bot side jungle. And that's only because that is the only place that they're allowed to get deep vision, right? You have one deep ward on the chicken bush right next to
chickens.
Third party's chicken pit. This is very scary up here on the top side right now.
We have some danger coming in here. The Paranoia will be used on 2 messages. The message has been sent, and it is get out of this one. As messages is taken down here, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow will collapse onto Ennui. FaZe eating a giant shock blast to the cranium. Not feeling so hot right now, but the Zamudo may not be able to handle a full team assault, but there's actually both teams are all up here right now, waiting for something to happen, but looks like they're just gonna slow down, walk around here, get some vision out. Munchie's gonna get hooked. He's gonna get engaged on, but the damage by Zamudo is way too strong. The Moonlight Vigil hits onto nobody as the hammer smashes down. Now Kachu is gonna get shot down here. Hee-chan's gonna flash away from the hammer drop, which will keep him safe for a little bit longer, but Jace is just going to be on the assault here. The exhaust goes down, but the exhaust is not enough. There's too much slowing, there's too much CC, and there's no way out for Hee-chan. No amount of escapes can keep them safe from the raw power of this fed Jace. 6-0-3. Zamudo is showcasing the power of this champion.
Exactly, and that right there, shutting down the current sole win condition that Snow Tigers has, right? If you can get onto Hee-chan, right now at least, that is all of the damage that Snow Tigers has in any of these team fights. You shut him down, then you're just relying on Kachi for damage, and he has built much more on the... I don't want to say supportive side, but he's got more CC than he has currently damage, and healing on top of it as well. We have to wait for his Dark Seal to start showing some sort of resemblance of usefulness. Really, right now, it is just there
it
to
is all
useful.
Got you, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Does get out using the flash, but here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow collapsing onto the maybe not the right target, but it was the right target in that moment as Ano gets taken down by the team, collapsing on that Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Kachi is in danger.
Calm down.
Oh, mama. I'm getting ARAM flashbacks here. The biggest Jace on record. Just shock blasting you for your entire health bar. Is really not a good time.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, FaZe landing the hook prediction! The incredible play right there. We call that the Mad Life, baby. Picking that one up. The stolen mantra. I actually have no idea what mantra does on Sylas. I have no clue. What do you know?
Oh,
nothing. Excellent.
He did a mantra E. It's alright.
It does nothing. That's what it does. Fantastic. Okay, so it's actually a siege on the mid lane here, coming in from Snow Tigers, as they will collect this turret and the objective bounty that goes with it.
250 extra gold there from the objective bounty, but man, that 250 is not going to close your gold lead. I'm not going to say close the gold lead onto third party. It's close your gold lead onto Zamudo, as right now, this man, the myth, the legend, Zamudo, up here.
Gold up!
He single-handedly has the entire gold lead in his own pocket. Like, it's not even a meme. He actually has not 10,000 to 5,000 on Denethor. That is where your entire gold lead is right now. So if you're fighting without him, especially if he's dead before a fight, that is the window that Snow Tigers can try to find a way back in this game. And that is why they were able to take the dragon right there as well as Zamudo. He's still hanging on top lane.
Yeah, Herald is going to get dropped into the mid lane. They're going to try and get this inner turret. That's quite a bit of gold. The second Herald does a ton of damage. Ennui's over the wall, getting the knockback with the ultimate there. That Ashe just vanished before our very eyes as Heechon's just doing a ton of damage. Nathor on the top side, having a rough go of it right now, trying to get out of trying to get away from Munchie here. The fear goes down, but the turret will keep Denathor safe, and now Munchie might be in danger here, but Kachu's actually the one who's in danger, and he needs to watch out. The Zhonya's will keep him safe for a little bit longer. Munchie's gonna get taken down here, but here comes Zamudo, and he's found his target. The exhaust will delay the damage for a little bit, but delaying is only so much that you can do right now, because this Jace does not care about your damage reduction. He does not care about your feelings. He just wants to see your health bar disappear, and he will collect the ace for his team. And that is not a clean ace, but a strong one.
You are witnessing a 3-item at 18 minute, 10 CS a minute Jace, everyone, in the top lane right now being played by Zamudo. Where has this man been all my life? Like, honestly, Zamudo, you don't get to see 1v9 carry performances like that usually, as we get to see a replay currently, but man, Zamudo, he is, I don't know, man, like, I don't have enough Dr. Pepper
I don't know.
for this.
I don't know. He's taking over the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
the
3.5
big issue is
now.
yeah. Oh yeah. He will One Piece you. Every player on this team gets One Piece. There's no hope. Message is gonna potentially try and pick up P-Chan here, just gonna get knocked out. Zamudo has found another target, looking to just fountain farm Denathor right now. 0-7, man is rowing it down top lane. The ores are out. There's really just a rough go of it for Denathor. Ano gets chained up here. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to go on a response here. The box goes down. Paranoia goes down as well. No vision on the side of the Snow Tigers. As Felios is going to try and fight this one out. Heechan's going to do as much as he can. The Paranoia is going to get stolen and responded to, but that's not going to be enough. Here comes the Fear down. Not enough movement speed to get away from that one. Heechan at low HP on a wire right now, doing what they can, but what they can is not nearly enough to close the gap, and they will get taken out. Another ace gets picked up by the side of third party.
And it's a triple kill for Lunar on top of it. Before, this Ashe was playing purely for utility, trying to keep Zamudo alive. Now that Zamudo might as well be full build, you can start actually getting some gold onto other members of his team, right? Lunar with the triple kill absolutely can probably buy a whole other item here. I can check his gold.
Oh,
yeah,
no, you don't want that. You don't want that smoke. Oh my god.
Lunar is currently. You know what, Zamudo? He's about to 1v3 though.
Okay, yeah. Now here comes the Nathor. There's a bit of CC here. Here comes the Flay. Here comes something else. A lot of damage goes down, and that is going to be enough to take down this big man. That's 1,000 gold in Graves' pocket.
Let's get the first kill of the game.
Graves has finally arrived at some money. He has found the dollar bills, and now he can use it to potentially complete a second item. Looking for, I believe he's going for the Sterox next as his second item. I don't know what else those 3 items build into off the top of my head. I do not think it's a hold breaker. Oh, okay, it is a hold breaker. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Never mind, it is hold breaker. That makes more sense. I don't even think he can build Sterox, because I think it's melee only, if I remember.
Yeah, you know, hold breaker, Sterox, they're both very interesting. Oh no, Paranoia.
Oh, Paranoia is gonna go down, and our friend Lakachu is gonna be in danger here. The fear goes down. The follow-up's gonna arrive. Zamudo just over the wall snipes that one out. Once more gold in his pocket. This is now gonna be 4v5. As the side of third party is going to look to complete this Baron, they're going to walk in here, but Ano is just going to find more damage. Messages on the back line, finding the Nathor, doing a bit of damage, but actually Heechan's pumping out some damage as well. The AoE is going to come through, but the DPS from Zamudo just deletes 2 people instantly, deletes a third right there. He is writing their name in the Death Note right now, and all of them just vanish right there. Our poor friend FaZe had not a whole lot of hope. None of them had a whole lot of hope for that fight, and they're going to look to complete this Baron and the Dragon. Oh, Kachu, please, Kachu, you don't win these. Neither of you win these. Wait, unless... Oh boy, Malcolm Graves. Picking
All
one
right.
up for the homies.
4 members of third party now get to wear the big purple cloaks coming into the soul point fight for Snow Tigers. They've got 2 dragons. This would be their third. Denethor is not the jungler, though. Remember, he is the top laner. So without any smite capabilities here, he will just be giving this one. So we'll now be tied on dragon score 2-2, and absolutely, it is very much far in favor for third party to have the tied dragon score. You have a 11,000 gold lead for them right now, which again is mostly on the shoulders of Zamudo.
Yeah, it's very much on the shoulders of Zamudo right here. I'm looking at chat right now. I'm looking at chat.
Stop reading chat.
Nobody look at chat. Nobody look at chat. All right, everybody, close chat right now. We don't need to read this. All right, okay. There's no spoilers in chat. Okay, this game is it's anybody's game right now. It's just more likely third party's game than Snow Tigers. They are 10,000 gold up. This is one of those catastrophic leads that's like only CLG can lose these, but we'll have to see. Ano gets taken out. Jace just erases more people. Any target that appears is a target to be taken out. Kachu is not in the base, so he is not safe. Gonna try and collapse on to... We're gonna try and Everfrost anybody, but there's nothing to collapse on. There's nothing they can do. They don't have the members. They don't have the damage. Munchie's just flashing in. Zamudo's gonna collapse down. Denathor's gonna be going down as well. Lukachu doesn't even get the Kingslayer down. A clean ace, a clean Baron, and a clean game. Over to third party to pick up the first one of the series.
Third party 1-0 now in this best of 3. Very, very convincing win. That was honestly very similar to the wins that we saw both of these teams getting earlier in the day, right? We were talking about how there are so many plays that are so close for both teams, and then one team just takes it every single time. Zamudo, in the top first couple plays, he was living with 1 HP so often, and then he was just able to snowball his little micro leads into the massive 5,000, 6,000 gold leads that he had over Denethor, and transitioned that in the end to the rest of his team. They might have lost the first couple of dragons, but that absolutely does not matter if your top laner has a 6,000 gold lead over his lane opponent.
Yeah, no, it does not matter at that point. There's just so much.
I agree. Zamudo diff, thank you.
Zamudo diff, yeah. Zamudo put on quite a performance in that first match there. Although it was very much the Zamudo show, going 18-2-7 on the Jace. The kind of gap you don't see very often in these high level matches. The rest of the team still did very well in the sense that even without the Jace, they were able to win fights because Messages was finding really strong flanks and chunking out the backline very easily. Munchie had incredibly good engages with the Paranoia and was able to find targets as well. And then Lunar and Wit did their jobs. They were utility. They were supporting the rest of the team, and eventually Lunar was starting to pick up those kills and pick up that damage. So overall, the team just was constructed very well. I think even if the lead that Jace had was cut in half, they still would have had a very strong performance here, and it would have been closer, but the fights definitely would have ended up in their favor.
Not entirely sure how we get into game 2 of this series, so I'm gonna be trying to figure that one out here now. But game 1, yeah, that was a banger of a game. It's one of those games again where the scoreline just doesn't feel like it really completely defines the game. The bot lane, especially, right? It was so close between both of these bot lanes. It didn't feel like whatever the exact kill score was on that game in how it was played out.
Yeah, no, it is definitely. I will say it definitely has to feel bad for the side of the Snow Tigers because they weren't even necessary aside from Denathor, who just was having a rough go of it. The rest of the team, they had their moments. Kachu found a lot of great trades. Hee-chan was doing fantastic, and FaZe as well. FaZe was doing incredibly on the Thresh, finding so many great hooks and engages and angles, but just not enough. So we'll have to see what this team can do to convert into game 2. They do have the gumption, but it's definitely right now the mental edge is on the side of third party. We'll have to see who can pick up game 2. We're going to be going to a quick break. When we come back, we will be in the draft for this match. Stick around, you won't want to miss it. We'll be back with more League of Legends action after the break. Welcome back, everybody, for Game 2 of the series between Snow Tigers and Third Party for the finals of the Victorious Uncapped League of Legends tournament for March. We have the game one was it was a bit unfortunate for the Snow Tigers. They had a rough go of it as Third Party, just through the power of Zamudo. Actually, Summit here playing for us today, right out of LCS, coming in for this amateur tournament. God bless Summit, on the Jace in the top lane. But that aside, overall, Third Party also just played well as a team, and Snow Tigers, they have a lot of ground to cover to get into this game, and we're going to see if there are any adaptations in the draft here. Camille will eat the first ban by the blue side, who are Third Party here. The Rengar gets banned in response. Lee Sin, a lot of jungle heavy focus right here. Gangplank getting banned out. And so far, I feel like this is less of these drafts are less like taking out meta picks and more just trying to stifle the opposing team.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy, actually. Summit currently playing on LCS literally right now, and we get to cast him at the same time here on Victorious. Like,
pretty incredible.
That's pretty crazy. Like, what can this man not do, honestly? Like,
yeah, what can he not do? Horse getting picked up, Hecarim as the B1 pick for Third Party. Hecarim, very strong champ. The Nocturne actually got banned away by the side of the Snow Tigers. They felt that was a strong pick and want to remove it from the table. The Aphelios, they may be looking to just get a Aphelios Thresh here. That was very good in the first match, and that will be what they pick up.
Yeah, the Aphelios for Hechon, and I don't think they did have the Thresh last game for FaZe there as well. So the same bot lane that they get to play. Karma being hovered for ran out of wit again. He played that very well last game, actually. The poke Karma Ashe bot lane, something that we don't get to see a whole lot. It's not the most meta bot lane in the world, but absolutely, if you know how to play a poke bot lane, if you need a poke bot lane for your game, then that is one of the top meta picks that I would absolutely say.
Oh, okay. The Jinx was being hovered. I don't necessarily see Karma and Jinx together. I mean, it works. Those Jinx is just super good. Maybe going for more poke here. Looking at the Ezreal, looking at just picking random 80 carries. One of those is a Ziggs, though. Varus is not the sauce. I don't like the Varus. The Ashe, however, maybe looking to run it back.
Nope.
Oh, going for Kaya. That is quite an interesting choice. And it will be responded with a Xin.
It's another very high utility type 80 carry, right? She has the E pullback for a lot of CC. She has, of course, the Featherstorm, her ultimate, that can negate a whole lot of dive onto her. And just in case you forgot, last game, Third Party's bot lane was their only, I don't even call it a weak point, it was just the only point on the map that Snow Tigers was really able to put any pressure on whatsoever. They got the bot lane tower, they were able to get the first 2 dragons for Snow Tigers because of their bot lane pressure that they were able to find, and once again, Third Party, with this very utility-heavy bot lane, very anti-dive 80 carry, does kind of show that they are most likely going to be drafting a very strong top side for Munchie and Zamudo once again.
Yeah, and the Jace gets banned away. Another adaptation right there. Zamudo, no, Summit unfortunately gets his main champ banned. It's very tragic, but unlucky, but I'm sure Zamudo has other picks in the tank ready to be busted out. We're going to have a blind, either blind top or blind mid lane, and neither are necessarily ideal, but they do get the counter pick on the other, so it'll be interesting which one they decide to take. They're going to take the Twisted Fate blind.
Okay.
And go for the top lane counter pick.
Twisted Fate is a very mobile, roaming mid laner, right, for Snow Tigers. So you might not be playing for the first couple levels super strong, but once you do hit that level 6, you can go help your bot lane, you can go help your top lane, you could go take some jungle camps, maybe even a dragon or 2. LeBlanc being hovered here for
Yeah, the little boy.
messages.
Yeah,
Nope. All
message.
right.
Oh, messages switching over to the Silas at the last second. A different kind of chains coming down. Tryndamere being locked in.
Oh.
Zamudo has decided we're gonna make another canyon, and I'm gonna carve it with my own bare hands. Tryndamere getting picked. That is a power. That is a power move right there. The Jax as a response. Ooh, mama, lock it in. Lock it in. Denathor. You gotta do it. You
All
gotta
right.
do it. Come on.
Correct me if I am wrong here, but I do believe that it was Kachu playing the Silas last game, right?
Yes,
So,
Kachi was on the Silas last game.
yes. So now it is messages taking Kachu Silas away from him in a very strong counterpick matchup, by the way. This matchup is so highly in favor of Silas. He has all of the early trading pressure onto the TF. He can keep him out of his lane as much as he really wants, right? Silas has way more laning shove, wave shove than a
wave
TF.
play, yeah.
So if you keep the TF underneath his tower, he can't roam around. And guess what Silas can do? Steal away the ultimate and then roam around even better than the TF does. So this is a very strong counterpick that messages does get to have. Tryndamere into Jax. How's that matchup go?
Oh, geez. Well, this is a very traditional. When you think of counterpicks, Jax is one of those really big counterpick champions because of his dodge. He's able to dodge all those auto attacks, and Tryndamere, being primarily an auto attack based champion, does get shut down, at least in the early game, by Counter-Strike. However, it's still a skill matchup. There are ways you can play around the Counter-Strike as the Tryndamere. So while Jax, it may be more weighed in Jax's favor at the start of the game, and Jax is a good champion to try and fight the Tryndamere in a split push, it is not a completely dominating victory for the Jax, unlike the Silas into TF, where it is very heavily favored towards the Silas. So we're going to have to see in the skill matchup in the top lane. Maybe not on the Graves. We'll see Denathor be able to pop off on the Jax. I love Jax. This champion is so cool, despite the fact that he's doesn't really do a whole lot in terms of, like, visually. He just whacks things. I love Jax. He's a cool champion. And I would like to see Tryndamere lose. And I'm very biased. I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
You know, I would like to see Tryndamere lose, but is there a world after last game that Zamudo loses a lane? Like, honestly, like, we're casting Summit here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I really don't know how Zamudo could lose lane after going, what, like a 17-1 on Jace last?
It was 18-2. 18-2.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was pretty it was pretty brutal, but this is not near the same matchup in the top lane here. Much less range. It's gonna be a lot more about just men punching men in the top lane, and that's beautiful. That's truly what top lane is all about. I'm sure some top laners will think that, but you know, otherwise across the map, I actually do think both teams are fairly evenly matched in terms of strengths. What I'm curious what comp you favor going into the game, Cam.
Okay, which comp do I favor? I think the top side. Really, I think that the okay, so counterpicks mostly did go over to third party. They have the very safe bot lane, whereas Aphelios Thresh, they like AD carries and supports that are diving into them, right? Aphelios Thresh, they're such a good disengage comp. They wait out your abilities and then they go in. Karma Zaya, they kind of do the same thing. So both these bot lanes are mostly playing to scale. Of course, I've already talked about how hard Silas does counter Twisted Fate in the top lane. Tryndamere into Jax, kind of more of that question mark matchup, right? So that is mostly where we are going to be focusing most of our attention here in this game. Hecarim and Zhao, the two. I don't want to call it the two highest meta champions in the jungle right now, but they pretty much are. So they're going to be fighting mostly around this top side as well. Bot lane's going to be all quiet. Thresh, Karma, they're up on the top side as well.
Yeah, no. That is all that's all very, very true. The jungle matchup, it's just meta, and somebody pointed out in chat just now that Jace just kind of beats Graves early because Graves is a very weak champion early, and that is true. And this one will be a lot closer than the last one, purely in terms of matchup in the top lane. Honestly, maybe I just want, maybe it's just because I want to see a 3-game, a full series here, but I do like wait, third party won last game, and third party's on red side.
Nope,
No,
blue side.
they're on blue side. Excellent. I'm really keeping track of these things. I'm sorry. You know what? Here, we're gonna throw it to a break. When we come back, we'll be in game between Snow Tigers and third party. Will the Snow Tigers be able to find a victory and tie up the series? You'll have to wait and see. Stick around, because we'll have more League of Legends action after this break. Thank you for watching. Welcome back, everybody, for Game 2 of the series between Third Party and Snow Tigers here at the Victorious Uncapped Tournament Finals. And we are ready to see what could be a bloodbath across the rift right now. And it looks like Third Party has Ghost on both the Tryndamere and the Hecarim, both pretty standard, but it is kind of neat to see. I guess you don't typically see two players without Flash in the same game. You know,
well, Samuto does have Flash. He just doesn't have Teleport or Ignite or anything else like that. Here's your 1v1 that you wanted.
Oh yeah, here comes the 1v1. Denathor taking a little bit of damage. One auto attack. Now going for the counter strike. Gonna try and pop this one out, doing a little bit of damage here. Kachu's actually in the wings. Do not know what he skilled first. It does not look like he pulled pick a card. Munchie's walking up as well. This may turn into some kind of battle, but now they're just gonna disengage. Both top laners, you know, trading back a little bit of damage. Maybe Denathor with the corrupting potion. On the positive side of that, however, did pull a pop there. Wit doing a little bit of damage on the phase in the bot lane. That's half of phase's HP before minions have even spawned. Or minions are here. They have spawned, but they were not in the lane. So FaZe actually struggling. It's going to feel a little sad, but that HP will regen almost certainly in time.
Yeah, he had at least one pot to pop for it there as well. It's just very unfortunate to have to pop your pot before the wave has even arrived in your lane, right? As both the junglers did actually start leashless on their top side buffs here. Onuo going for the red and the chickens in the bot side clear, I do believe, whereas Munchie most likely playing for 3 camp into potentially a mid lane gank. So maybe not the original pathings that we were expecting from Champ Select, but it will get them both to bot side scuttle very early on, and that could absolutely be an early 3-15 fight.
Ooh, messages not landing the change. Pick a card's going out. Gold card will land. Kachu doing a little bit of damage there. Both mid laners are rather low. Kachu chugging those corrupting potions, and messages eating the red potions. Denathor going in for the counter-strike, going to do a little bit of damage, forcing out the heal from Zamudo. Getting out that crit damage. Kachu is just going to get obliterated by that engage by messages, finding a perfect angle to just go for the chains.
Look at Munchie.
Damage, and Munchie is in a spicy situation. Who has the ghost popped, but the ghost actually was already used. He's going to try and dash through targets to get out of that one, and a directed Camus decided to look at top lane. I guess because that's where the action's happening, because Denathor, looking for the solo kill! Oh, no! One hit off, actually like 10 HP. Zamudo, he's like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not a range champion this game. This is a little bit different. I don't know, man. So, feeling a little sad about that one, and although there was quite a bit of action on the bot side of River, the only kill that will be picked up is the 1v1 messages getting the solo bolo on Nakachu.
Yeah, both the flashes were traded up there in the top side, and Munchie, he was doing like a loop around, like he wanted to go for an invade, stealing away Onuo's blue buff, but unfortunately, he just kind of walked in a little bit too far and then decided to path down towards Heechun and Faiz. So he was forced to burn that ghost off, or defensively even, in the early part of this game, and he did get double scuttled as well. So not a whole lot of XP, once again, as that was nerfed, but more gold for Onuo does put him a little bit ahead in tempo here against Munchie, and Zamudo about to have a very large wave.
Zamudo has popped Ghost right here. He's looking to get the payday right now. No Counter-Strike available. Just going to slap him down. Jax, not enough auto attacks to complete that one. Denathor gets taken down in a solo kill over to Zamudo, and that's not good. That is very much not good.
Yeah, that is a rough time up there for them. Absolutely, Denathor forced to burn that TP, as well as, once again, he has just really not been allowed to play League of Legends for last game or even this game as well. Coming back to lane with the double dagger does give him a slight lead over just the Dorn shield that Zamudo has for right now, but with a very tiny wave stacked up, I don't think that's a dive angle for Onuo.
Yeah, no, it's not a dive angle at all. Just going up there for moral support, I guess, you know. You want to help your homie out. You want to at least make him feel like they're loved, you know. You want to be up there for like, I'm with you. I understand last game was rough, but I'm with you.
Zamudo, he is now popped that level 6 on the Tryndamere with the Undying Rage. He will be perfectly fine up there on the top side. You did see Kachu roaming up in the river as well, but still only sitting level 6, not having Destiny Gate available means his roams are significantly weaker. I think he only dropped 1 melee minion for walking up the river, so he didn't drop a whole lot of minions or XP or anything like that, but just he needs that level 6 for his roams to have the safety that his champion does give him.
Yeah, he really needs that level 6, and he is going to pick that up.
Yeah.
So he will be fine. However, messages looking to maybe make him not feel safe at all. The Kingslayer goes through. The Destiny Gate will get stolen. The pick a card is picked up, and we'll just go for the wave clear, trying to trade back as much as possible. Silas will not be able to really convert into the solo kill there, but with the Destiny Gate, he can now look to roam across the map. Unfortunately, not a whole lot to do with the Destiny Gate.
Yes.
Top lane pushed in, bot lane pushed in. For the time being, just going to be holding on to it and waiting for an opportunity to make use of it and maybe try and get the advantage. FaZe? Yeah, FaZe has found danger.
Oh, no.
For the root, messages goes in with the Destiny Gate. He found the opportunity he was looking for and collapses down. Messages picking up another kill onto FaZe.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for FaZe. He really wanted to just check if third party were starting that first dragon, right? And unfortunately, just not having anyone on his team to back him up as he was face checking the river means you're going to be face checking into X amount of people, and that X just so happened to turn out to be 3 and got you.
Caught you waiting for the pick a card to go through. But here comes the wind become lightning, and now Ano has arrived to the fight. Messages is going to have to back out here. They will pick that one up for Ano, getting just picking up a fantastic little kill, little bit of money. However, the first dragon will go over to Munchie and third party as they wait to just as they just collect the objective, and they're content with that.
Samuto holding a freeze up here on the top lane, very close to his tower, but not quite underneath his tower. Dinathor, he has to find a way to crash this wave. Eventually, Munchie and Ran Out of Wit will find their way up here. You see them both pathing up to the top side now, and this is when the timer starts ticking. Dinathor, you crash this wave or you're going to die to a gank in about 45 seconds.
Yeah, we'll have to see which option Dinathor decides to choose here. will you die or will you die? Those are your two options.
Yes.
However, maybe with Ano, the odds will be more weighed in his favor. He'll push this wave in right now. Try and break the freeze there. Thankfully, with the jungler there, Wit just is
still frozen.
Oh, never mind. Okay, yep, it is frigid right now up in the top lane.
Okay, now it is.
What's cooler than being cool? This lane. It's really rough. But they are gonna actually manage to stop the freeze right now. Shove that in and leave here. FaZe looking for a roam. We'll just walk in. Wait, Heechan's in danger. The flash is gonna get forced out. The box gets swiped by Messages, and that's actually a pretty good ultimate to have, especially in the 1v1.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a box when you are trying to run into people is
just drop it randomly
okay.
and hit nobody. Okay, never mind. Okay, box is a bad ultimate. Cut that out.
I mean, to be fair, any ultimate is a bad ultimate if you just randomly click it and not actually hit anyone with it. Like, you know, Featherstorm, pretty awful ultimate if you don't actually like click it for any reason.
That is fair. I guess every ultimate's bad if you just hit it randomly, except maybe Karthus ultimate. We have FaZe finding a hook onto Wit, who is not able to get out there. Now Heechan's going to be pulling out the damage. Are fully stacked, and there is a ton of pain coming out here, but the pain's going to come in response as Lunar over the wall manages to collect that one. Now FaZe in danger here. Munchie looking to collect another kill. He's got the double right now. Ano is going to do what they can to at least trade one back, but not enough range. And with another spin, with a flick of their wrist, Munchie sends Ano to the Shadow Realm. That is a triple kill over to the Hecarim.
Triple kill picked up for Munchie now. Absolutely huge. Sitting here perfectly on this Hecarim. 4,100 gold up on Anuo's 3,100 gold. So that is a 1,000 gold lead in just between these two junglers. Currently a 3,000 total gold lead for third party at 10 minutes into this game. You got their second dragon spawning, Hextech, in just under 2 minutes. 2-0 on dragons would be a very nice early lead for them to just continue stacking up, right? It's all well and good if you have a pretty massive gold lead, but you gotta turn that into objectives. No objectives have been taken here quite yet, other than that first dragon taken 4.5 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, that's actually good to point out here. Despite the sort of pressure that third parties have in terms of kills, they actually haven't converted it into a whole lot. Not a lot of plates, aside from the bot side of the map, where they've picked up a few. Otherwise, caught you. Maybe in danger here. Gonna try and get out of that one. Messages takes the Xin Zhao ultimate and is not able to actually convert that into anything. Lunar has maybe found a fight. Heechan has some decent guns, but maybe not the perfect ones for a 1v1. FaZe has arrived, looking to try and get an angle here, looking maybe to get a hook, but is going to get deterred by the arrival of the Karma. In the top lane, Dinathor is 2 levels down, and having having about as much fun as he had last game. Trinimir's just walking at him. The counter-strike will deter it, but there goes the ultimate.
Oh, no.
And that's just going to be an easy pickup for Zamudo, walking in there, flashing under tower, chip chop, and one on the block for Zamudo. Just another solo kill in the top lane, and yeah, you know, Summit, he was having a little trouble navigating two PCs at once, but now that he's managed to, he's figured it out, and thankfully he is able to show up for his team, getting the solo kill in top lane.
Once again, sitting at 10 CS, submitted 2,000 gold up on his lane counterpart. Zamudo is sitting up there on the top lane. He is sitting on 2,100 gold currently in his pocket. So with this recall, he's going to buy, at the very least, a full item, if not an item and a half here. As instead, actually, I say that, and he goes for a full garage sale build instead. So he's still going to be very powerful, but he just kind of stunts his growing for the next couple of minutes until his next back.
Ooh, here comes the ultimate. Onslaught of Shadow is going to force out the stopwatch from Kachu, but there's no real way to actually get out of that one. So that is just a stopwatch blown for not a lot of game. Now Denethor is just going to get right-clicked down here. No counter-strike to stay alive. Yeah, that is just right-clicking. That is just pure right-click gaming right there. Blowing counter-strike too early. Messages finding the Destiny Gate onto FaZe. FaZe just going to get taken out here. The hook will delay the inevitable, but the inevitable still arrives. Ano over the wall here. Here comes the Moonlight Vigil. Maybe this is going to be the response. Ano gets the knock-up onto Messages. Now Messages almost dead right here. One more hit's going to take him out. Munchie is walking back to this fight after picking up that Hextech Drake, realizing his team maybe needed a bit more assistance, but it doesn't necessarily matter because they still ended up with the big win. Oh, and here comes Xayah flashing in. There goes that Featherstorm. That's one of those good ultimates we were talking about. Picking up the kill onto Hee-Chan and the turret.
Little bit of a micro thing right there from Lunar. He auto-attacked Hee-Chan, so the tower started auto-attacking him instead of the wave. So then he turned, auto-attacked the tower once, took the tower down, and then just as you saw, ult E, kill Hee-Chan. Nothing left for him to do.
I don't know what to say. Denethor, you're just dead.
Zamudo's doing Zamudo's
up. He's about to collect two. Do we see three? Do we see three? Okay, not gonna try and fight the TF here. Just gonna take the way out. Hook will land, pulling Wit back into the turret. Maybe the turret will collect that one. It will go through. FaZe will find that. Munchie taking a couple of turret shots, collecting that one in response. Hee-Chan switching guns, spinning around, looking impressive. Oh, caught you, buddy. You're in the wrong place. You don't have flash. You don't have mobility. You do have the stun, but it isn't enough. Zamudo, okay, never mind. Maybe Kachu.
Everfrost, let's go. Yeah. Everfrost saves Kachu's life, and I just want to point out here real quickly, third party, they heard us talking about them not converting their gold lead into objectives, took that very personally, and then proceeded to take all three Adder Towers plus Dragon plus Rift Herald all in the span of about 3 minutes. So, you know.
Oh, and maybe Messages will be the sacrifice here for all of that gold lead. Getting a little too greedy, getting caught out by Ano. Hee-Chan may have found an opportunity here. The Moonlight Vigil goes wide. Munchie has found a target. Hee-Chan is one hit away from dead. Munchie will just collect that with the burn. Denethor wasn't even in that fight. They showed up to die. Ano gets taken down as well, and now FaZe not even going to be able to get the hook out as Munchie goes in with the Onslaught of Shadow, sending Thresh back to his homeland. As that's a 4 for 1. But the one died like 30 seconds before the 4 did. So is that really a 4 for 1? Can we really say that? I think this is just third party getting an unbelievably strong lead.
You have objective bounties, you have a 700, 650, and 300 champion bounties to pick up if you are Snow Tigers now, and there's just so many ways to try and find some way to come back in this game. One of them is also
maybe this will be the comeback here. The stuns get comboed out there, but the Trinimir does still have ultimate, so even if they do get the lockdown here, it's not going to amount to much. Wit's going to be blowing the flash there. Will likely go down with a few more auto attacks. The heal comes out. Wit trying to stay alive, but there goes another flash into an Everfrost. A lot of resources burned to just kill Karma. Although Kachu, the ghost was fine because that wasn't exchanged. Oh wait, the ghost was exchanged for spell underscore S12 underscore summoner teleport upgrade underscore name.
Ah, I see. That one
Yes,
is my
of course.
favorite one.
Yeah, that's my favorite summoner spell, right? Obviously. You know, thank you, Summoner Spellbook. This has been bugged forever, and they still haven't fixed it. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't give you any time to talk, because Messages is going to come in here and try and take out Kachu. Kachu will get taken down here, but Messages is going to likely fall as well. Maybe not. Going to stay alive just barely. The Zinzhao ultimate is going to prevent Heechon from actually converting into anything, although will just be given over as Ano gets bored, walks into melee range, and ends up getting taken out by Heechon. Lunar walking in to the Jax. Jax picking up 3 kills there, and a quite sizable gold bounty, but Wit has arrived. Trying to interrupt this recall. Here it goes. Jax is going to jump in. The counter-strike goes out, but this is not the objective here that Jax should be worried about. He's not even going to be able to kill the Karma here. This guy's doing like negative damage. He's going to die. He's going to die to Karma. No, please! Oh no, he gives the movement speed. Wit's gonna be shrilling as well. The jump only so much. Mantra Q collected, and we just saw a support solo kill a top laner.
Okay, calm down. Don't call it a solo kill. That was like a 1v4 that Thor just pulled off. He got a triple kill before that, and then Karma just so happened to get the final kill back onto him. But that was...
Yeah, I'm a little bit of disrespect to the Denethor. He was fairly low on HP, and Karma did waltz in there. But, like, you don't kill Karma there. She's too fast. She can root you. She can slow you. You're never killing this champion.
The mantra W healing that ran out of Wit has on this Karma, like, even without being level 11, right? It is still so much healing with a mantra W, especially onto a Jax, where he's still sitting only level 10. Zamuno, meanwhile, level 14. Like, you leave this man alone to side lane, all of a sudden he's got a 3-level lead on your laner. That's just unfortunately how it has to go sometimes.
Flash getting blown by FaZe, and they're going to look to try and get to one. Munchie may actually be caught out here on his lonesome, nobody nearby. The Onslaught of Shadows will go through. The Moonlight Vigil is stolen by Messages and shot at the opponent, but that is not nearly enough damage to take them all out. Wit is going to... and there we go, Karma killing the Jax once again. This is the second kill on Jax that Karma has picked up this game. Really unfortunate stuff. Just a 1-for-1 though, so not the end of the world for Snow Tigers.
Oh man, Denethor, he's in shambles right now. Last game he didn't get to play League of Legends. This game he's not gonna get to play League of Legends. This man, he signed up to play a League of Legends tournament, and instead he is forced to play Gray Screen Simulator. Like, come on, let him at least get 20 seconds out of the fountain, right? Like, he's 110 CS down from Zamuno.
Ooh, Messages just one pieces. Heechan, see you later, buddy. Kachu's going to be next on next on the list as he goes down. Lunar picking that one up, but now Messages is going to likely go down in response here. Ano is going to be kept alive by the Locket Shield. Now Lunar and Wit are in danger. Lunar is going to pick up one in response. Zamuno's arrived over the wall, and he's going to make sure his team stays alive. Munchie wasn't even there. He was in the mid lane. That is going to be an ace. And if not the game, then quite a lot of objectives are going to be picked up for the side of third party. Maybe converting into a Baron, or maybe they're just going to try and end.
I think that they can really end right here. There is not a whole lot that Snow...
Oh, good night.
Yeah, they
unless...
Oh, maybe?
Unless eyes, Kachu looking to try and defend the base right here. The Aphelios is going to be able to stop the Tryndamere from getting more than one Nexus turret, but one Nexus turret is on top of the rest of what third party picked up there. And as they look for the Baron, Kachu has decided to Destiny Gate into death. I don't know. I have no explanation.
And now he's got his own
Oh wait,
Destiny
here comes... Oh, speaking of Destiny Gate, here comes the response. FaZe has found a hook, has maybe found some CC, but here comes Munchie over the wall, finding Heechan, taking him out. That goes the damage, and there goes the fight. There's nobody left alive for the side of the Snow Tigers. Also, Tryndamere was just auto-attacking the base. That was a 4v5, and that was just really sums up the sort of hopelessness that Snow Tigers felt in this game and in this series, as they will pick up game 2 and the win of the victorious uncapped League of Legends tournament
For March.
for March.
Yeah, so well played to third party all day. They can now say that they went undefeated today against multiple Proving Grounds teams, all challenger teams. They had one of the hardest brackets. The only consolation that they had was a bye in round one, but every single team since that beginning was just so well played here from the Snow. Third party Snow Tigers.
Yep.
Also, that was my next sentence. Snow
Third party
Tigers.
didn't even get a bye. Third party had to battle it out through every single round here. Snow Tigers did get the bye, but they the Snow Tigers did get the bye, but they still had a rough bracket. They made it to the end, and unfortunately, they were not able to come out on top here over our good friend, over our good friends, the Snow Tigers. So yeah, very it's a rough one for sure for the Snow Tigers, but they shouldn't feel so bad about this. Still taking home the second place prize pool, and I think, you know, we might as well just do an MVP vote. Whatever, let's do an MVP vote. We can talk about the game long enough for the vote to go through. So when production gets that up, we will have MVP vote for y'all in the chat, so you can vote on your favorite players. Zamudo has decided to say his mid laner is bald. I take offense to that. You know, there's nothing wrong with being bald. I gotta say, you know, sometimes when you look like a thumb, you just have to live with it. There's not a whole lot you can do when your hairline abandons you. But back to the game. Back to the game here. While we wait to see if MVP will go, if there will be an MVP vote or not. Yeah, that was oh, there it is. Okay. MVP vote is up now. Is it Zamudo, Munchie, Messages, Lunar, or Wit? I feel like this is kind of obvious, but I'll let you take it, Cam. Give some scenarios.
All right. So I will walk you through this game too, right? Zamudo, obviously game 1 was a 1v9 carry performance from him. He just demolished top lane. Like that was a 1v9. I can't say that very often, and that's why I keep repeating it. That was a 1v9. Game 2, on the other hand, he still played super well, but it was much more of a mid-jungle type carry performance from both Messages and Munchie, right? Messages sitting 11-5, Munchie sitting 10-2. Munchie, his first 6 kills were just 2 separate triple kills. Like, he didn't even get a kill before or in between his 2 triple kills, and both of them were just capitalizing off of misplays from the side of Snow Tigers, right? They were trying to go for an invade. Munchie and Messages were the first members to rotate, and then it was just more and more kills going into their pockets. So if you want to pick an MVP off of game 2, I would pick mid or jungle. Obviously, game 1, Zamudo just dominated top lane, and Lunar and ran out of wit. They played the safest bot lane that they possibly could. Lunar playing a utility 80 carry both games, and obviously ran out of wit playing Karma both games means they can help the rest of the team out. They let Messages and Munchie be the carries in game 2. They let Zamudo especially be the carry in game 1, and that is where they were able to shine.
Yeah, that is. I actually do think that's a very compelling argument. I would actually agree that Munchie was really great at facilitating plays in both games and helping to create those advantages, while Zamudo, in the first game in particular, found a lot of that lead on their own, just solo killing the opponent. You have to give credit to Munchie as well, who was everywhere where they needed to be and just picked it up when it needed to be picked up. So I do think that there is a very strong argument for Munchie to be MVP of the series, but what we see is score on screen, and what we see is which player has bigger number. And unfortunately for this series, or rather fortunately, I guess it's pretty neutral.
Okay.
For the players here, the bigger number is likely what's going to come out on top. Looking at the vote right now, Zamudo is currently in the lead. If you believe Messages was the MVP, you have to put in your points now. I don't think there are any
Only a
points
couple more
left. Yeah, we have a couple more seconds here. We'll
Okay.
see.
And
We'll see if it
Zamudo.
and it will end up being Zamudo on the Tryndamere.
Yay, Zamudo! Tryndamere
Tryndamere
and
and the Jace. And I think the Jace is definitely more the Jace is definitely more of what we saw from Zamudo, but I think both games just a top canyon. Like Denethor did could not do a whole lot in either game, and it was just so rough. You gotta feel bad to be Denethor in either of those matches, and we have the MVP ready here. Well, actually,
almost ready.
almost ready.
We're
Sorry,
working on it now. I just
we're
want to talk
working
a
on it.
little bit
Yeah,
about
yeah. Fill time.
what is it called? What OP.GG calls the ace of the team, right? The MVP
Yes.
of the losing team. Who would you give ace to here?
For the series, I do think Keychan played very. Well, actually, no, FaZe. It was FaZe. Who am I kidding? It
Okay.
was FaZe. FaZe was so good on the Thresh, finding so many great hooks and finding so many angles to try and bail the team out of a dire situation. And although we in the second game, I feel like they were less on point, getting caught out a lot more, going a little too far out without vision, not able to really find anything they were looking for. That first game, they put on a clinic on the Thresh, and I find that personally very impressive, but like I'm a support player, so I'm more inclined to give the support the credit they deserve. And I feel like FaZe for the team was the most impactful player in definitely the first game and also the second game as well, even if they didn't have as good of a performance.
Yeah, I think I will actually agree with you. You make a very compelling argument, as I am also totally not a support main, as I picked Lulu as my representative here tonight.
Hey,
So
hey, Lulu is a top laner and a mid laner
yes,
and a
yes, yes.
jungler.
Lulu is actually top laner. I am a top lane main. I have been told my Aurelia is kind of cracked, but you know, FaZe throughout the series, I would say was the most consistent player here for man, the name keeps escaping me, Snow Tigers, right?
Snow
But
Tigers.
I actually think Heatchon played really well in game one. He was keeping Snow Tigers in the game longer than the 21 minutes that it took for third party to end the game too, right? Like Heatchon, he was putting the pressure on that they needed bot lane while FaZe was getting all of those really nice roams off on the top and mid, right? So that was if we were going based on single game, I would give it to Heatchon, but over the series, definitely FaZe.
Yeah, and we will have that MVP graphic ready once
It was
production.
on.
But yeah, it was there. Was it there? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Here it is. Zamudo. Hooray! Third party top laner, 6-0-2 on the Tryndamere, and then 18-2-7, I want to say, on the Jace.
Sounds about
Maybe
right.
like one death off. But either way, just put it on a great performance on top lane. Summit, thank you for joining our league today. You know, really proud, really glad that you managed to find time in your busy schedule of literally being on stage at LCS
At
to
this
be
very
here and
moment, yes.
to be here for our tournament. You know, really
Uh, in
appreciate it.
case in case anyone was wondering, Summit currently on stage did win their game against
Oh, yeah.
CLG on a Kennen, going 6-4-8.
Wow,
So
Zamudo, they can't be stopped. They can't be stopped. They won both. Playing on two computers, they were able to win. Just fantastic. We don't even know where Summit was playing on that second computer. It had to have been like a Nokia N-Gage or something. They were playing Wild Rift.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that will be the with that, once again, congratulations to third party on taking the $300 as the winners of the tournament. Of course, congrats to Snow Tigers as well. Although you did not win on the day, you will still be taking home the $100 prize pool. And I want to say thank you to all of the competitors who participated in the tournament today. That includes you, Cam. Even though you went out round
Yeah.
one like a buster, you know we still respect you, and we still respect all the teams who came out to play today. Thank you all for coming around, and thank you all for watching the stream. Any final words, Cam?
Make sure you come back to this stream Wednesday night for some best of 5 VAS action brought to you by myself. Very, very fun. And of course, we have League of Legends streams. I think all the Valorant tournaments have ended by now, but League of Legends streams Monday through Friday here on this channel, 8 p.m. EST every weeknight. So make sure you come check those out. I think every single league is currently in playoffs. So
Yes,
all very exciting
every
matches.
league. Every league is in playoffs. Some of them are close. Some of them are at finals. Some of them are still in semifinals. I know VAD is semifinals. I think VRD is grand finals right now. It is going. They are Nocturnals versus Wizards, and VAD they still have a few more matches to play out. So there's a lot of League of Legends action. So you want to hit that follow button. You want to hit that subscribe button. Twitch Prime, baby, it's free. You just gotta hit. You just gotta click it. And yeah, follow on Twitter. Join the Discord if you're interested. Type !Discord to find that. And once again, thank you all for watching. I have been Becky Rita, joined by Cam, literally Lulu.
Yay!
And we'll see you next week for more League of Legends action.